I'm Grace,
I'm Garrett,
and this is
Brewing with the Brewers.
Woke up late, but I'm feeling fine. Hot cup in hand and a clear state of mind. Talking about nothing, but that's something too. Kicking it off with a brew or two. Brewing with the Brewers. No script, no stress, just true. Brewing with the Brewers. Yeah, we might choke, but we keep it smooth. Stories, laughs, and a brew or two. You're right on time for Brewing with the Brewers.
We are pretty excited. We decided to go on an adventure together and maybe even be a little vulnerable, but do a podcast together. I think that me and Grace have a ton of good energy and we bounce off of each other really well. Love joking around, and I guess we just kind of want to share that a little bit more, just to, if it brightens somebody else's day, then that's what we're here for.
Yep. And so a little bit about us. We've been together for a decade now. We've been married for
Long time.
4 years. This past June, we've got 2 kids. And I don't know what else.
I mean, I guess we could start off saying, like, we're doing this to, I mean, just like I said, brighten somebody's day, let you know that it's not perfect. We're not perfect by any means. We argue, we bicker, we moan, we groan, we do all of it. We annoy each other at times, but we always close each day with a kiss, a good night, and I love you. And we know the next day we're going to continue loving each other as strongly as possible. And, if we can share kind of the things that have made us successful, and we're not, like I said, success is measured in or I guess, like I should say, is success is measured, however you choose to measure it. And, we feel like we're pretty blessed and successful with each other, and I couldn't imagine being with anybody else, but I guess we definitely need to start off with that disclaimer of we're definitely not perfect, but we're perfect for each other, and I love my wife, and will always love my wife. I love our kids, and I love our family, and I love that we can be each other, and I just want to encourage more people to do that. Just be ourselves, be happy, just love life while you can, because it's short.
I think I want to go back a little bit to what you said a second, or, at the beginning of that, you said, kiss each other goodnight every night, but, it's a little asterisk there, when our kids aren't in between us, which
Yeah.
they are most nights.
Literally most nights.
Try to get a kiss in here and there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, but, this is going to be a journey. It's going to be new for us. I definitely think there's going to be some vulnerable moments where, we might even bicker on here. Who knows?
No.
But this is just fun. We're going to kind of lead you through a few segments. We hope you're excited to listen to some of this. We hope we can make it engaging for you. We would love to hear some feedback. We would love to hear some of your stories. But we're going to tell funny stories on here about our past, funny stories of things with our kids. We're going to tell you scary stories, scary moments. I mean, we're going to tell you all sorts of stuff.
Mistakes we've learned from in our relationship and as parents.
Yeah, and
Maybe they can help somebody else not make the same mistake or understand what they need to do or what, might be the best way to go about something if they mess up, and, what to do to make it better or less painful or hurtful, triggering the next time.
yeah, and maybe somebody needs to hear it out there, but if you're truly trying for your relationship and you're truly trying for your kids or your grandkids or whatever the case may be,
Nieces, nephews.
dude, you're doing great. You really are. The first step is trying, and I think that says a lot about you, that you're wanting to try and you're trying your hardest. And I know days are hard, but if you needed to hear it, you're doing great. I promise.
I actually watched a TikTok not too long ago, and it was I don't remember if it was a doctor or a psychiatrist or...
Which we are not. That's another disclaimer.
We are not.
We are not professionals.
We're just two people
two regular
chilling.
people. Yeah.
Drinking some brews.
Yeah, brewing it up.
But I watched a video, and it was, if you go to bed at night worried about, was I a good parent today? Did I do what I could? Did I not spend enough time with them? Did I give them too much screen time? Like, if you're sitting there worrying about all that, that means you're doing a much better job than you think you are. You're being a much better parent than you think you're being, because good parents worry about, am I being a good parent? Bad parents don't care. They don't care if they've been the best they can be for their kid, or worry about what mistakes did I make with my kid today, or how can I be better for my kid tomorrow. And so,
and I think that probably goes to show, or goes in the same strides with a relationship as well. Whether you're dating someone, married to someone, long-term relationship, whatever the case may be. I bet it's the exact same thing. If you're going to bed worried about whether you did something well today, or your partner was happy, you're doing well. You're doing good. So keep it up, I think, is my
as
best
long as
message
you're
for
trying.
that. Yeah, just keep trying. That's all you can do. But like we said, we're not professionals. We're just here to tell our story and share some funny moments and joke around and get some more time with each other. This is almost like a date for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, which, that's one of the things I probably encourage you to go on to, even if it's just a walk with your family, because those have turned into one of my favorite things, because me and Grace just get to talk, and I love talking to her. I mean, she's my best friend. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. I have several people that I call friend, a couple of best friends in there, a couple of brothers, but my actual true best friend is the person I get to sleep next to.
I mean that too. We're married, so.
And this is probably not a kids show either. Just to let y'all know, there might be times we talk about.
I will be cussing because I cannot control myself.
Yeah, and I love the F word, so fuck it. Who cares? I mean, we're gonna just talk about everything. So, anyways, lost my train of thought because I got to thinking about something else apparently. But I was really just thinking about I get to go to bed next to her every night, and two.
I was about to say next
kids.
to in the same bed,
in the vicinity of her every night. So, but yeah, so I guess we should probably start talking segments. We're gonna try to keep this pretty snackable. That's why I'm looking at my phone. So just because we're not in the flow of this yet, but we're going to try to keep it 30 minutes or so, just kind of get you started on your day, maybe end your night, and just try to keep you engaged the entire time. But is that all you kind of had to say introductory-wise? Yeah,
I think so.
Same. So we're going to hit you with our first segment. All right. In our first segment, we are going to talk about story. Well, it's going to be called Story Time.
Story time.
In Story Time, we're going to talk about all sorts of stories just within our life. Maybe it, makes you laugh. Maybe it scares you. Who knows? Because we might tell a few ghost stories. We might tell a few just scary moments that aren't about ghouls and goblins and monsters and stuff. But our goal is to just share some stuff and maybe eventually share some of your stuff. So
Don't be afraid
if
to
you have a
send
fun
things in.
story, send us an email. We'll have it linked in our account. So just
Whether you're
shoot
a
us a
friend
message.
and you have a memory of us, or if
Yeah.
you're a complete stranger but you just think it'd be funny or spooky or
Yeah,
something
we'd
entertaining.
love to read it, is what we're saying. So, but I think Grace is going to start us off today.
I am, and it's going to be embarrassing
I'm
for
gonna
Garrett,
sip
and it's
while
going to
she
be
does it.
hilarious. So Garrett and I met in college, and the first day we ever hung out in public, it was we were going. I went with him and one of his buddies to one of the buildings on campus. His buddy's Rigo. Shout out to Rigo. Love
Big
Rigo.
Rigs. If you need a good tattoo, go to Big Rigs.
He did most of Garrett's sleeve over here.
He did great.
But Enrico's wonderful. He is this. He looks like.
He looks like he's going to mug you and take your girlfriend at the same time.
Yeah. But
Tattoos all over him. Big Hispanic
Piercings.
guy. I mean, he looks terrifying, but he is probably the biggest teddy bear you'll
he
ever
is the
meet.
sweetest guy. I mean, I freaking love
Genuinely an
Rigo.
awesome person. Like, I love that dude. So,
And his wife is awesome. Shout out to Lauren too.
yes.
But anyways, so Garrett and Rigo were art majors in college, and so we had to go.
Debated by some teachers, professors.
They were working on their final projects or something for a painting class, and so we went to. He and his buddy came and picked me up, and we walked over to the building. And I was telling Garrett had to go to the restroom, and I was telling
Oh
Rigo.
my gosh. I like, where's she going with this?
I was
Good
just talking to
Lord.
Rigo, and I was like, "Oh man!" Like, this is the second time Garrett and I had ever hung out. Like, it was very, very fresh, very new. And I was telling Rigo about how I just was not an artist. I can't. I used to teach, and my students used to tell me my stick figures had too long of necks. Like, I can't draw. And Rigo was telling me, well, you do your makeup, so you know what colors go together, so you're an artist. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But about that time Garrett came back, Rigo and I had bonded, and Garrett's just walking around and he has this tail of toilet paper flying out behind him, and Rigo and I are just cracking up.
Yeah, not telling me that I have this newfound tail.
And Rigo and I were just laughing so hard.
Of course, this is the story.
And I felt bad on one hand because I was like, I don't know how this guy's gonna react. Like, I just met him. Like, and so I don't, like, I feel bad for laughing, but at the same time I don't, because it's really funny, and his friend is also laughing. So surely if his friend, was not laughing, he probably wouldn't, find it funny. But yeah, so we told him, and he got embarrassed and went back to the bathroom. But it was really funny. He laughed too. I still love talking about it. But yeah, that was like a green flag for me. It was like, oh, okay.
Me having a poop tail, essentially.
No, it was you didn't get mad that we were laughing
Oh no.
at your expense, honestly. But I mean, you were just like, oh, haha, very funny, and just kind of went and fixed everything. But it was pretty funny, not gonna lie.
Well, you know me. We are both former teachers, and I've told my former students this 1,000 times. If you are not living life, if you're not living for the embarrassing moments, don't get frustrated. Don't get upset. Just be in the moment. Just fluff it off and move on. I think that's the best way to go about it. I love telling embarrassing stories. Like, it's like one of my favorite things, specifically about myself.
Mm-hmm. I
So
do too, about him.
oh my gosh. So one thing I was gonna tell a scary moment, and then I was gonna talk about Rico, because when she talked about Rico, I was gonna tell a story about whenever he ended up getting in trouble in college and I didn't. And I got out of it. But I really think that might be a story we save for another time, because now that we're on the subject of embarrassing, I really think I wanted more so tell an embarrassing story about myself. Grace will recall this one. So we were living somewhere else, and you have to come to Amarillo if you want to come to like
I think
Target.
I already know what it is.
If you want to come to Target or anything. And so we love our Target dates. You
Oh, I
know,
love Target.
if you're a guy out there and you're giving your wife, girlfriend, partner grief, or if you're a girl, you know, no judgments. If you are anybody in a relationship and you give your partner grief about going to Target, shame on you, because Target is an amazing place.
Target is the best. We're not sponsored by Target.
Yeah.
I'd love
Shout
to
out
be
Target,
sponsored by
though.
Target.
Right?
Target's best.
But so we were like, hey, let's meet in Amarillo. Let's Grace was doing something and I was I think coaching a game or something. I don't really remember.
I think you were like already on your way there, and I was, or you were on your way there.
Yeah, I know I was on my way there. But
I think
anyways,
we were just both on our way there in different cars for some reason.
so I was on, it's a loop part of Amarillo, and I'm on the back side of it, and I'm stuck behind this truck, and I don't know if I've ever had to pee so badly in my entire life. Like, it was to the point, like, I wanted to just pull over and pee. But as you get to know me, I think I'm real big on time. I hate being late. Which she gets probably annoyed with at times. Like, I get frustrated, and then there's times I don't get frustrated. I don't get it. I really don't. My brain sometimes. But anyways,
He's like a box of chocolates.
oh my god,
You don't know what you're gonna get.
it's true, and I love Forrest Gump too. But anyways, so I didn't want to pull over. You know, that meant less time wherever I was going. But I had a bottle with me.
No, it was a
And-
can.
No, it was a bottle.
Oh, I thought it was a can.
It was a bottle. And I was like, you know what? Even though I'd failed this in the past, for some reason, and it's bad that I'm admitting that I tried this more than once, but
While driving.
but for this time, I really thought it was going to be successful. I literally just got off the phone with Grace. I told her, hey, I'm going to have to pee in this bottle. You know, I can't pull over. And I really do,
it
if I
sounded
recall
a
right.
bit more panicked than that.
I really don't think I could get over. There was construction.
There's
But
always
anyways.
construction here.
Anyways, I decided that I was just going to use that bottle. And I was real proud of myself for the first 20 seconds. I streamed in. Dude, it was great. It was fantastic. I was proud of myself the next 30 seconds. It was still great. It was
A
so
lot of
good.
pee.
I had so much pee. I filled it, tossed it out the window, started filling another one. So, anyways, I'm very proud of myself at the moment. Probably got pee all over my truck, but who cares, right? Well, I'm proud because I'm not wet. Nothing's gone. No driplets. Dude, I was stoked. I was ready to call Grace. Well, one of the trucks that I'd been behind slammed on its brakes. Well, I squeezed at the exact same time as pressing my brakes. And so then I proceeded to, essentially, pull the pee all over myself. And so Grace says I just peed myself. I mean, I guess you could call it that. And so, anyways, I called her, and I'm ticked. I'm so mad at this point, and
I'm just laughing. There's nothing else you can do in that situation.
anyways, I get to Target, and I'm like, hey, you're gonna have to. I called her, said, hey, you have to go buy underwear and shorts. Why? I spilled the pee all over myself, and then that's all she did was laugh. Come on, it's funny looking back, but all she did was laugh at me. And I was a good sport about it. I wore my new shorts proudly, and
I had to go into Target and go buy underwear and shorts and go back out and then go back in with it. And I was just laughing.
I was proud moment. You know,
And
for sure.
he had to clean his truck seats because they're cloth.
Yeah, I did.
So it was just being
So I had to buy.
sweet.
So when I went back in, I bought a bunch of cleaning supplies,
Oh,
and all
man.
sorts of stuff.
It
So
was really funny.
it was funny. So that was about 10 and a half minutes. I think we're going to move on to the next segment. This is our first like segment that I think we actually got excited about. We were walking one day, and we were just like, Grace had seen a video, and she's like, "Oh, this would be kind of cool." I was like, "Ooh, let's spin that." I was like, "And let's hop on a soapbox." So this next segment is our 5-minute soapbox.
5 minutes on the soapbox. Let the people know. Fired up, can't get enough. Now here we go.
Our 5-minute soapbox is going to be about topics that really just frustrate us, or something that frustrated us or grinded us, and we just need to get it out.
Just need to vent a little bit.
Yeah, because if we are proactive about anything, we're proactive definitely about mental health. Like, you got to get that stuff out, and venting is the easiest way to do it. I think we're going to feel better for it. You might feel better after hearing it, and you
You're
might
like,
agree
oh,
with us.
I didn't realize I was not the only one who
Yeah.
shared these opinions.
Yeah, and you might completely disagree with this, but this is our soapbox. And so what's going to happen is we're going to put 5 minutes on, because like we said, we're trying to keep this snackable. Grace is going to go for 2.5 minutes. I'm going to go for 2.5 minutes, and it'll probably vary. I would be surprised if we actually do a 5-minute soapbox completely, but
I don't know. I can complain about a lot of stuff.
but we will. Anyways, I think Grace has one ready to go. I'll try my best to track her time on my phone and kind of see what we have. Maybe we need like an official timer. Maybe we need to go get one and say click and go. But for this episode, since it's episode number 1, we're just gonna kind of wing it, and I'll tell her when to go, unless she wants to. It's magic. Grace has the magic. I still think we need a cool one. I'm just saying, if somebody wants to reach out and do that for us,
Could 3D print something,
or I could 3D
and we
print.
could just be like, whooping. It
Yeah.
could be like a.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But all right, when you're ready, before you start, what's your subject?
My subject, which a bunch of moms can probably feel for this, is packing for your family, really your kids, on trips.
Okay, that seems like a good one. So you got 2.5 minutes. Ready? Go.
Okay, so first of all, you have to pack for yourself. And, whenever you go on a trip, you don't know what you're going to feel like wearing that day. You don't know if your bra's going to be bugging you and you want to wear your comfy bra. You don't know if Mother Nature is going to hit that time of the month and you're going to have to pack like 12 different pairs of underwear for a 3-day trip. And you don't know what shoes are going to look best with this outfit. And you bought this new dress and you haven't tried it on yet, but you're in a rush because you're packing for everybody. So you got to throw it in there, and you're like, I don't know what shoes are going to look good with it. That might work because they're black, but that also might work because they're white. So you got to throw multiple shoes in there. And then before you know it, you've got your suitcase and a duffel bag, and you don't even have your toiletries packed yet. So you have to go, you have your travel size little containers for your soaps and shampoos and stuff, and you have to squeeze all of them in there and worry about that. And then you have to get yourself ready, because you can't get yourself ready after the kids are ready, because if you get yourself ready after the kids are ready, their kids are going to dirty up their own clothes, and then you're going to have to change them again. So you have to get them ready, and then you have to get your kids ready. And thank goodness our older one is almost out of diapers. He's in pull-ups, because packing multiple days worth of diapers for 2 kids, that takes up a crap ton of space in your suitcases. And then you have to think about, oh, well, my youngest one is only a few months old, and so she has constant blowouts. So I have to take 3 pairs of clothes for every day, just in case. I might only need one, but just in case, I have to pack 2 pairs of diapers or 2 pairs of pajamas for each freaking night, because just in case she has a blowout, because when you go, unless you're staying at an Airbnb with a washer and dryer, you're not going to have a way to wash your kids' clothes, and then that stain is going to set in there too, because if you have a baby that has blown out, they're going to stain their clothes and you're never going to be able to get it out. Dreft has a spray and it kind of helps, but I can't get it out. And so it looks like their clothes are dirty all the time. When they're clean, there's just a stain. And then you have to get, I know I'm still good. And then pulling up the sleeves here, then you have to get your toddler, and your toddler only has like, 2 pairs of socks paired, and then the rest are in the sock bin where you put all the unmatched socks. And so you have to go through and you have to pair all the socks. You also have to get him a bunch of extra clothes because he's a little boy. He's going to get into something. He's going to get dirty. And then you have to figure out where are his 2 pairs of shoes. He only has 2 pairs of shoes because he grows out of them like crazy. So where is...
So we didn't explain that part. We also, as soon as 2.5 minutes is over with, you're done. You're done venting. You're done.
I still had a lot more I could have done.
If you want to hear more about that, then, ask us.
I'll go live on TikTok and I will just scream.
Yeah. Agreed. I think that would be amazing. So I think that my soapbox is going to be about movie theater etiquette. Okay, you tell me when, and I'll
and
start.
go.
So, mine, and I'm probably not going to talk as fast as she did, but mine is movie theater etiquette. It drives me insane, and I will die on this hill. The world has changed so much from when I was kids, and yes, we got a little rowdy, but not to the extent kids now. Those rolling credits at the beginning that say, "Oh, turn off your phone," it's like kids don't see it, and sometimes even parents, they don't see it, and they just don't listen, probably because they're on their device. And it drives me absolutely bonkers when you're going to see a movie that you have passionately been waiting for. You're excited, and it is ruined by little Johnny Turd because he's down in the bottom section or up high, and he can't stop talking to little Sally, who's right next to him, but they're also on the phone, might even be on FaceTime. I just don't get it. Kids are on FaceTime in the movie theater. They're talking in the movie theater. And like theaters, because they want their money, don't kick them out anymore. It's so crazy to me. There's so much that needs to respect the freaking theaters, respect people that are around you. Because, oh my gosh, it just grinds my gears sitting here thinking about it. Like I remember a specific story. I was going to a movie theater in a local, theater, and these kids would not stop to the point, and I don't really get confrontational. Like I try not to. When you push me to a point, I'm very confrontational, but it takes a little bit. And these kids would not stop, and I was like, guys, y'all really need to be quiet. And then they copped a little attitude with me, like I'm in the wrong. And I'm like, dude, I paid for this movie. I really feel like y'all aren't respecting anybody else. And then I finally, like towards the end, I missed the last 10 minutes of the movie, got up, walked out, like was done with it. And I'm one that loves movies. I love going and watching a movie even by myself. I don't do it anymore because my wife and kids. I like taking Rylan though and giving Grace a little bit of a break. I love when we get to go as a family. But I mean, I used to love going to the movie theater by myself. And my friends usually liked going with me as well. Just have etiquette when you go to the theater, because there's nothing more rude and disrespectful than ruining somebody else's experience just because you couldn't put this little silly thing away for 5 seconds.
Time.
You were going to say something within your... I feel like people are going to tell you to use baking soda and vinegar. And trust me, we have tried, because I'm down for the natural stuff. But if you know something outside of baking soda and vinegar...
I've tried hydrogen peroxide, because that's what you do as a, female when you ruin a pair of pants. If you catch them adrift.
I don't think they catch it. That wasn't so fucking obvious.
Hydrogen peroxide gets blood out of your pants when you bleed through. Is that better?
Yeah, it's way more obvious.
Trying to help the guys not hear that, but whatever.
Yeah, they can hear it. If you're closing your ears and you're a grown man, I don't know what to tell
That's
you.
something I could absolutely do a 5-minute rant on. It is a totally natural thing, and people are like, ugh, it's
Like
gross.
go
And it's
buy
like,
your partner's tampons.
That is something that
Go buy their pads. That's so silly.
It's so nice.
Like,
I can
who cares?
text him a screenshot and be like, "Hey, get this brand for me, or get this one for me."
Who cares?
We know he's not using them, and
It's not embarrassing.
and even
the
if
more
he was,
embarrassing
who
thing
cares?
is probably the fact that I have tampons and an action figure that's not for my kids. That's probably the more embarrassing thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Not. I get more embarrassed still to this day of going and putting a bunch of action figures. And like I just look down the entire time, like I sell these, buy them, collect them, whatever. But tampons, get out of here! Like that's so nonsensical.
Like,
If you love your partner enough, that stuff is so asinine.
Yeah, and especially like I know most. I'm not going to say all men, are going to think. Or hang on, let me rephrase this. I know that most women, if they see a guy shopping for tampons or pads, are going to think, oh, for their partner. And most guys are probably going to think the same thing, but you will get, most of the time it's going to be a guy. And I'm not saying it is every time. I'm not saying that women won't either, but like sometimes like Garrett has experienced it whenever a guy's like, oh, he's buying, what do you need those for? And it's like, first of
your
all,
mom, bitch.
First
don't
of all,
worry about it.
It's, none of your business. Second of all, if I was a man using them for myself, then who cares? I don't know you. You have no reason to be asking me these questions, but like, I don't know. I could go off on that.
Hey, like leave people alone. Like stop.
Mind your business.
Yeah, mind your damn business. That's gonna be our first T-shirt from Brewin with the Brew.
Mind your damn business.
Mind your damn business, because golly, we got enough problems in our own lives than to worry about everybody else's or somebody else's. Like mind
Is
your
your
own
masculinity so fragile you have to question somebody else's? Like, quit projecting.
Even females that do it to like anybody. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, other. It honestly doesn't matter. Just mind your business.
Fuck off, essentially.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
I don't
Who
know
cares?
how to say it. That's probably the easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I think we're on to the next segment.
Yep.
All right. Our next segment is what we're going to call Strengthening You.
Through the house, through the blues, we're strengthening you.
And by you, we mean our viewer, our listener, wherever you might be sipping with us. Haha, get it. And this is like our empowering, like to give you the power a little bit and maybe give you a message that you needed to hear, and maybe even focus on something that really, could help change something. Our goal with this is maybe to just help people too. Like, we want this to be a great place for our kids to grow up in. We love our people. We would love for more people to become our people. We'd love to hear stories. Once again, just a disclaimer, we're not professionals. Don't take us as professionals.
This is just friendly advice.
Yeah, it's just advice.
And you can take it or leave it.
Yeah. So fuck off. Or don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Tell us.
But anyways, today we're going to focus on something that's touched all of us. We're going to talk a little bit about depression. Honestly, most people that probably know me probably don't think that I've probably ever been depressed a day in my life, honestly. And it's because I have an outlook on the world that's just, you can't control everything. And I want to be in control, but I'm not controlling, if that makes sense. Like, I am not her boss. We are very much equal. Like, she's not my boss. But I don't want to control her. I want her to feel like Grace. I don't want her to feel like Garrett's wife. I I guess out of control. I guess the best way to put it, I get terrified for a moment of vulnerability of planes. So when I think of out of control, that's what I mean. Like, I don't like not being in control of myself. So, like, I'm not a big drinker. I don't like alcohol very much because I hate feeling like I can't control myself. You know, I don't mind driving a car because, you know, I'm in control kind of thing. And
Unless I'm driving, he likes it when I drive until he, you know, starts
trust
being
it.
his backseat driver self.
Anyway, this is my talking. But anyways, so like planes, I'm out of control. It's all in the pilot's hands, and you know. But
Would you feel that way if you were on a train?
no, but we're grounded. I just don't like being up high. Maybe that's all it is. But I don't mind heights.
yeah.
It's just, now you get me on those YouTube or Instagram like skyscraper videos. I get a little eerie about, you know.
We might have to
heights.
take a train one day and see.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I want to do a bullet train like in Japan.
Oh, we need to go up. Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, I
but
just
we
think
need to
that'd be
go
cool.
to like Maine and
go ride a
the
train. That'd
East
be cool.
Coast, and I've been on a
Go
train
get
up there
lobster
before.
and ride a train.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
down.
Anyways.
I'm down. But you know, so I hate it. But yeah, just like live your life kind of thing, and you know, you can't control everything, so you know, don't focus on the things you can't control so much. But I remember in college, a point where I got super depressed and down. I really wasn't making very many friends. My one friend, Rigo, at the time, and this was, you know, before I met another good buddy of mine, Grant. But Rigo, he, and I hope you don't mind us using your name so many times, Rigo. Sorry. I guess we probably should have asked that. But anyways, I can change it to something else. If you,
Go get tattoos by him. Will
yeah,
that help?
that's why we're
Will that
shouting his
help?
name more than
Yeah.
anything. But anyways, he was out doing something, and it was just, I had my dog Rhodey, which don't even get me started on that subject. He passed away back in January, and
We miss
he
him.
was like our first kid, so we definitely miss him. But anyways, I had Rhodey, and dude, I couldn't afford to do anything. I had a job at the Buckle in the mall, and an expensive rent for college because I didn't want to be in the dorms anymore. And I was by myself, and I remember driving down the road and just crying for no reason. Like, I'm sure in the back of my brain, my subconscious, there are tons of reasons. I just bawled and bawled and bawled. And then it got worse because I went to Taco Bell, and my card got declined for $2.17 with the Taco Bell because I knew I could afford it and get Rhodey a snack and me a snack, and maybe have a can of beans when I got home as well. And I just remember crying, and the dude was like, "Dude, I got you." I was like, "No, you don't. You don't got me." He's like, "Dude, I got you." So I don't know who you are, Taco Bell employee in Canyon, Texas, but you know, I appreciate you because you know that did help a lot. And I still cried all the way home. I loved on my dog, but we know depression's no joke. Honestly, it can creep up on you at any given time. It's and sometimes all it takes is, you know, somebody that you didn't know cared, and a stranger being nice, and so there's no telling. So we just wanted to, I guess, really strengthen you to know that, you know, there are people that care and love you, and you know, want you to be the best version of themselves, even if sometimes that's being mean and hateful and it seems unfair. Sometimes they just see something that you're not seeing, and we get it. We get it. We've had plenty of those moments with family members and friends, and then we're like, oh, I get what you were seeing now. You were trying to get me out of something. Probably wasn't the best way to handle it, but I appreciate you for caring. Maybe looking at things like that will help you. So I think You were wanting to touch on some like postpartum stuff.
Yeah. Will you pause it? Okay, so I am going to start out with, I was probably depressed for probably a good 10 years straight of my life. On my 13th birthday, actually, I found out that my dad had cancer, and he and my mom were divorced, so they had joint custody, so I didn't live with them. I didn't see him all the time. And so that's a thing in of itself. Like it's hard. That's hard by itself. And then finding that out, and then he ended up passing in 2013. So he had cancer for about 4 years before he passed. And I struggled with his death for a very long time. And anybody who's lost somebody, a parent or anybody that they were close to, I mean, it's always gonna be hard. And, sometimes it's real easy to talk about. Sometimes, like my friend, one of my best friends, Alyssa, her mom passed away a while ago. And, sometimes we can make really dark, dead parent jokes. And sometimes it's really funny. And it's funny because like our parents would have laughed about it too, and then sometimes it's, you see a picture of them pop up on your phone and you're a sobbing mess for the next 3 hours, and grief is weird. But I kind of wanted to compare that to postpartum depression. It was actually, so our youngest she'll be 5 months old in a few days. And, something that I had mentioned to Garrett, I think just last week, I was like, I really think I might've been depressed. I think I might've had postpartum depression, because with our first, I didn't. I had severe postpartum anxiety, which I didn't even know was a thing, until I was kind of coming out of the trenches. I didn't know it was a thing I didn't know postpartum anxiety even existed. But postpartum depression, I guess, looked different for me, than what I thought it was. Like I thought it would be similar to the other kind of depression that I had experienced before, crying and it's hard to get out of bed, and, you don't really have the positive outlook on what the day is going to bring or what tomorrow is going to bring. That was my experience with my dad passing, but with postpartum, I was like emotionless, and I was exhausted on top of it, of course, because, if you've had kids, it's exhausting, especially those first couple months. But like, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel there. I was just trying to get through the day. I dreaded nighttime because I knew I wasn't going to sleep. I knew I was going to be up, and the baby, she would, for like a week straight, it was every single night. It was a meltdown to go to bed, and it was just exhausting. And she's still a Velcro baby, but like, she was worse then. And it's exhausting and frustrating not feeling like you have any like bodily autonomy. And I couldn't shower without her on me, like, for months. And it was hard. And I thought, I didn't realize kind of what I was going through until I was out of it. And I don't know. I feel like with our first, I started getting like baby blues, but they went away and anxiety replaced it instead. But so if you are postpartum and going through the trenches and you're feeling like that, like, that's what it is, man. It's that depression kicking in. And, if you are having thoughts of maybe somebody else would be a better parent, maybe, I should find somebody for my kid, and like, you need to be talking to your doctor. You need to be talking to your kid's doctor, because that's what the pediatricians are there for too. They are there to protect your babies even from you sometimes, and that's not shameful. It's your hormones, it's everything fluctuating in your body. You just created a life. Like, you are totally, it is totally acceptable for you to not be okay and to need more support. Don't ever not ask for help because you feel like you're going to be a burden. You are not a burden. It's just your dumb postpartum brain telling you that. But yeah, that was kind of my spiel. It was literally just like last week that I was like, oh, that's probably what that was. Because I'm very up and outgoing typically, and for like 3 months there, I was just flatline, like exhausted and just in my own little world and in my own head. And yeah.
I guess our overall message in like strengthening you is, if you have your people, hug your people. But our biggest thing is, just find any little thing you can to love life. I mean, latch onto it, hold on to it. There's always a reason. And we know life is hard. It's tough. It's rough. It'll knock you down 10 times and maybe pick you back up once.
I'm so glad that because I had those really dark thoughts after I lost my dad, and I'm so thankful I'd never tried to go through on those, because I would have missed out on the best part of my life. And I hate that my dad's not around to meet Garrett or meet my kids, because like with how much he loved me, like I can't imagine how much he would have loved my kids. But I mean, if I'd never had
Aunt Connie.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like
I'd have never had my babies, and I would have never met Garrett. I just there's so many things that
there's definitely a bunch of people. I wish my grandparents could have met Rylan, because Mama and Papa would have loved Rylan to death. And I know there's no comparison for losing a dad for sure, but Aunt Connie was like a grandma more than even an aunt. She was one of my best friends growing up, and I got to see her all the time, and she'd invite me over just to have watermelon, and I know more than anything she would have adored Rylan and Carson. And Rylan would have been, she used to call me a dingbat. I don't know where she'd get that. It's not like I'm a goofball or anything, but and it's not like Rylan inherited those exact traits.
Yeah.
We don't call him Baby Garrett for nothing. But anyways, he should have loved him. So I definitely think we get down, but we look for the little things for sure. Even like something like an animal, like it's okay to mourn the loss of an animal. Like Rhodey was my people. Like I had him for 11 years. He just celebrated his 11th birthday. Or no, he didn't make it his 11th birthday.
Yeah,
he was 2 weeks away from his 11th birthday. And when he died, and
It just came out of nowhere, too.
At a basketball game, and it happened, and it tore me apart, because he was a little person, but I love getting to see pictures, and I got a big canvas printed of him so I can see him every day. But I know he was just now getting to that stage where he was, this little demon child needs to get away from me, and was just now starting to cuddle up with Rylan, and I wanted Rylan to have so many memories with him before he got too old, and she wasn't meant to be. So, but just there's always something. There's always light. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So, whatever your light is, try to hold on to it, and remember, there's people out there that care for you. So, whether you believe it or not. But I think we're going to try to get away from the sad a little bit, and we're going to get into just us being ourselves, which is kind of why we're doing this too, is just to do we're freaking dorks. And so our next segment is going to come in a second.
Getting nerdy with it. Na, 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 na. Getting nerdy with it. Na, na, na,
super happy. I think we just wanted to, we're not afraid to wear ourselves on, or, to wear our emotions on our sleeves. So, but anyway.
Donkeys don't have layers. We wear our hearts right there on our sleeves.
Oh my goodness. That is not the best quote from that movie.
No, it's one of many I have in my
it's a great
arsenal.
movie, but getting nerdy with it.
There you go. There's the intro to
Right,
that.
Shrek. We're talking about
Shrek is the best.
Shrek is great. So in this segment, we really want to talk about the things that just we dork out on. Like, she is always going to nerd out on smut. I mean, books. I meant books. Sorry, I meant books.
Okay.
Definitely meant books.
See, I have a shirt.
And so
And it says "Hoa Hoa Hoa" right now for those who can't see us and are listening to us, and it's a Twilight
Twilight shirt.
reference.
So we took a whole trip for her birthday.
It was amazing.
Last year, and it was amazing. It was
We
the best trip
went
ever.
to Forks and Port Angeles and Seattle and Portland, and we stopped at filming locations, and
And it was
it
cool.
was wonderful.
It was amazing. And I got to do some toy hunting.
And
'cause
two
I'm
of
a
our
nerd,
best
so
friends came with us. Shout out to Grayson. She is my Twilight buddy. That's Twilight and Harry Potter. It's what we bonded on most, and
cool.
got super close
They're not
for it.
smut sisters at all. I mean, but,
Let's rewind. We don't read those books at all, no.
okay, sorry.
But we have movie nights, and I love her. She and I developed such a close friendship so quickly, and I'm so thankful for it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just want to say that. You're welcome. But anyways, so we're going to talk about books. We're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about pop culture. We're going to talk about nerdy stuff and just stuff that kind of. So if you're even afraid, because I know for most of my life, if somebody had asked me if I still collected action figures or still had all sorts of collectibles when I was a kid, I'd have said, "No, you're crazy." That was obviously a lie because I was afraid to hide this. I don't care anymore. I really don't. I'm a nerd.
I have always been very proud of my nerdiness.
I collect. I like reading, not as much as her, but I do like reading. I like video games. I like all sorts of stuff. But
I've read 4 books.
Movies
in
are
the past week.
probably my biggest nerd thing. Honestly, outside, action figures, of course, collectibles are obviously because I have a toy store and stuff. But movies, genuinely, I just thinking about this episode, looking back and thinking about everything I've done in my life. I always have wanted to go see nerdy movies and stuff. So I get to enjoy that with a bunch of our friends as well. So, but I think our big nerd thing that we wanted to talk about and have no shame in talking about is we are on quite the K-pop demon hunter kick.
Yup.
And
I am sealing that honeymoon day and night.
if you have not watched that movie, and she probably has forgotten that I'm the one that introduced her to that movie, and I just happened
I
to
didn't
watch
forget. I just did not want to watch it because I was like, ugh, K-pop. I've never been a fan of K-pop. Can't understand half the lyrics. And so I'm just like, ugh, I was super judgy.
which we're trying not to
Yeah.
get out there and get
don't
that
do
message
that.
out there. But to her chagrin, she ended up enjoying it. I watched it, and because I just
You
want
watched it
something
like
to watch.
4 times before I ever
And
watched
then I
it.
watched it with Rylan 2 or 3 times, and then Grace was like, "I guess I better watch it." And she watched it, and she's like, "I loved it," and I think and Rylan adores it. So
K-pop?
K-pop.
K-pop?
So we definitely get to hear Soda Pop a ton. But if you have
And
not
Brewin.
watched it, you are missing out. Because even if it's not your cup of tea, you wouldn't think it was. I didn't even think. Every time I'd seen it, I was like, there's no way I'm going to like the K-pop Demon Hunter thing.
Mhm.
But I was like, I'll give it a chance. And so,
And there are some cheesy bits where you're like, oh, people who don't like watching anime, like my sister. It took a bit of a convincing, and she was like, okay, because I don't like anime. And I'm like, I know you don't like anime, but it's not anime, because we love anime. We love watching anime. It's just animation from a different country. That's all it is. It's just cartoons from a different country.
well, it's made by Sony.
Yeah.
It's from the same people that did this.
No, I mean
the
anime.
Spider-Verse. Oh, yeah.
In general.
Okay, yeah. But it does, K-pop Demon Hunters definitely has a bunch of like
Yeah.
anime references and
Yeah.
influences in there for
Yeah,
sure.
and so my sister watched it and she was like, I didn't love like those parts just because she doesn't really enjoy anime that much. But she was like, I actually liked it. And I was like, oh no, it's awesome. And
the music's good. Like,
the music's really the
good.
music is like actually good enough to be hitting the top
Yeah, I was about to say, we looked earlier, and
Yeah.
Golden is the number one on Amazon, on Spotify, and Apple Music. Like
they're actually really good songs. And again, my thing with K-pop is like whenever, I mean, I don't listen to any other music that I can't understand typically. Like and so it's not like that it's specifically K-pop. It's just I don't listen to music where I don't understand the language of the lyrics most of the time. Every once in a while, you know, a good song comes up. But I mean, most of these songs, they only have like a couple lines here and there, and everything else is in English. And so I can sing along and enjoy it too.
But the cultural, like, I guess that's one thing I've seen a lot of people talk about is like the cultural influence of like Korea and stuff like within the movie is so big. Like, and like a lot of people said it paid homage to a lot of like, you know, Korean culture and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. I mean,
I saw somebody on TikTok, you know, talking about like the significance of Genu being from 400 years ago specifically. Like it was a specific like time in Korean history where it was like if you had a relative who died, you like mourned, and then you're like, okay, bye, like go enjoy your afterlife, bye, like get out of here. And so like the demons are the ones that are like lingering, and that's why the souls are being stuck and taken. And
and it
really
is like, not to spoil it, but it is like, it's a fantastic like movie about like, I mean, really not judging and growing, you know, into like being yourself. I mean, really, it kind of shares a lot of what we're trying to accomplish here. Like, don't be ashamed of like who you are, and if your people really care about you, they won't judge you. They'll be there for you. Yeah. So, I guess, you know, we'll keep it at that.
Music.
Yeah, the music is great, and I guess we'll end it at that. Like with as far as the getting nerdy with it, because we just really recommend, you know, go check out K-pop Demon Hunters, because we need more people to nerd out with.
Yes.
So, all right, you know, for us, I think it's time to sign off, and you know, wish y'all the best, and really, honestly, look forward to the next episode where, you know, we can't wait to tell you more funny stories, scary stories,
maybe different segments that
we'll brighten it up.
We'll switch stuff in and out,
because this podcast, just like what we encourage y'all to do, is just going to grow. We're going to adjust, we're going to adapt, we're going to change, and we hope we can look back and maybe even listen to this episode in a future episode and just be like, oh gosh, we were a bunch of dorks. But
we're just having fun.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Have fun.
This is like a date for us. Our kids are asleep, and we get to hang out and talk. And I mean, it's fun for us. We hope it's fun for you.
I don't know why we're just talking, if you catch my drift, but we're just talking. So
because we've been trying to do this for multiple days now. This has been our first opportunity.
Yeah. Well, we know what our second opportunity is.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
hope our parents don't hear this part.
Well, they're adults. Anyways, so, you know, we can't wait. Like, you know, I hope that y'all enjoy this. I hope that you enjoyed a couple of the segments. We're going to keep adding. We're going to keep growing. We want to hear from you. We're definitely going to try to hit y'all up on TikTok. Follow us at Brewin with the Brewers on TikTok.
Our icon is a little coffee mug. Send us your emails and, you know, just let us know how your day's going, or send in, you know, stories or questions, or if you just want to talk.
Sorry for my awkward wife.
I am very awkward.
Just kidding. So y'all have a great one. Hit us up. Bye.
Brew